I kept on asking myself the question, it, what is the answer? Do I take the next step or not? And whatever the next step was. And it got to the point where the next step, the next right step was um, starting the application process, which, could have derailed at any time, you know. But it's like, okay, is this next right step, is that what I want to do? And my answer for myself came back as yes. So I started the application process. My name is Molly Katie, and well, I worked in manufacturing for a long time. Um, I was well, in a lot of different capacities, but I worked on an assembly line, and then I was a maintenance mechanic for a long time, and I did purchasing and a bunch of different stuff. Um, and I did that all the way up to when I entered the Priory. I kind of got here through the back door. I didn't know what Benedictine was. um, I had prayed for community, and boy, careful what you pray for. um, I, all I knew was that I wanted a community of like-minded people. And I didn't really know what that was, but I had asked God for it was a prayer of my heart, and I had asked God for a community of like-minded people. Had no idea what I was asking for, and had no idea how to find it. And, and then after that prayer, life went on, and about 2 years later, um, my pastor had suggested that I take a silent retreat, and suggested the Priory would be a good place to do that, and I had no idea what the Priory was or that it existed. Um, and I came here for a silent retreat, and I, in our spirituality center, the bedrooms, there are notebooks, and um, with brochures and different things. And there's one brochure in there about what it is to be Benedictine. And in the middle, there was a list of values, so Benedictine values and the charism. And it was like reading a brochure about myself. It was like reading a list of values that I have as well. And that's how I found out what Benedictine was, and that's how I found out about the Priory. It was 2 years after I had made that prayer, and my boss knew that I was considering going into monastic life. I received no end of rooting from that guy. I mean, I worked in a guy's profession. All my coworkers are guys, and you're going to be a nun? You're kidding. you know. um, but I told my boss that this is what I'm thinking of doing, and he and the boss above him, they all thought that I was joking until my last day, when I actually they thought that I was gonna back out. They were taking bets on whether I went through with it or not. And talking with friends and having to explain myself over and over and over again about why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And and all of them, every single one of them to a person said, that so fits you. Every single one of them said, that so fits you, that does not surprise me a bit. I'm the candidate process was good for me because um, it gave me the time and the opportunity to let go of the pieces of my life out in the world at my own speed. Being a candidate and a postulant, um, the difference between the two was when I became a postulant, I started taking formation classes, and I started auditing classes at St. Martin's. Um, I came in with a desire to learn the Hebrew language, and I got to audit those classes at St. Martin's, and I got to learn Hebrew. This is truly what community is holding with compassion and love the different uh, beliefs, the different interpretations, the different everything of 14, 15 other people you're living with, 10 other people, whatever it is at the time. You know, when I was first considering moving in here, and when I was first considering becoming a sister, and doing all the mental gymnastics and all the questioning, and I still question, but you know, when I first began that questioning, um, Sister Monica said it only requires one thing, and she said that you have to have an adventurous spirit. You know, you have to be willing to risk it all, to go on the adventure, and even though you have no clue what's on the other side. So a lot of what I do of being here is I'm just willing to walk into the unknown and see what's on the other side. And that may be a part of my character as who I am, but um, I love my life here. I I love the challenge of within myself, and the challenge that is presented by living into this community and living into this way of life. Um, it's certainly not for sissies.